Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Dog Mom Life channel. My name is Stephanie and I share this channel with my boys Rambo and Chalkie, who are both two rescue dogs. One is a senior brindle Staffordshire Bullterrier cross and the other one is the Wadi Dog puppy who is deaf, and both of them are obviously totally gorgeous and the best boys ever. So today we are talking about canine enrichment. This is actually part 2 of a video. I filmed part 1 where I talk about what canine enrichment is and the different types of canine enrichment. However, the video got a bit long, so I decided to split it, and this is part 2 of what are the benefits of canine enrichment. Without any further ado, let's dive into it. One of the big benefits of using canine enrichment is basically to make your dog's life a bit more interesting, to increase your dog's well-being and their happiness. I mentioned this in the other video that we have so much going on that dogs are part of our lives, and even for crazy dog moms like me whose life evolve around their dogs, we still have internet, we have friends, we have a social life, we have work, whatever, so dogs are still only part of our lives. But for our dogs, we provide their world, right? So their world is only as interesting as we allow it to be. So having canine enrichment to make their lives more interesting, to fulfill their needs, it's just a great thing to do. And I think loads of us do want their dogs to be happy and have the best lives ever. So obviously this is like one of the main reasons, like the first reason, but also like one of the really big ones. And combined with this, obviously, is also the chance to let your dog be, right? Often our days are filled with like obedience, where we want the dog to perform a certain behavior, where we want the dog to function, where we want the dog to be on best behavior, to be good boys, good girls, whatever. But canine enrichment can also give your dog the opportunity to be like force-free, to be just like who they are, what they enjoy doing, to be not worried about, adhering to rules, but you have like maybe even a play session without any rules. If your dog might, with a sniffer game or whatever, might want to use their nose in a game, that's fine, but like one of these puzzle games. But if they want to use their paws, let them use their paws, you know what I mean? So it's like different things where your dog also can explore what they can do. It can build their confidence because they learn to solve problems, have successes, it can enhance their confidence. It can just help them also to explore their own abilities, I guess, if you want to. Then another big benefit, I think, is that it can also help you to control your dog's behavior and kind of like lead what they are naturally enjoy doing into ways you can live with and that are okay for you. So for example, I have one power chewer who has calmed down a lot and who has never really destroyed anything in our home. But then we have also Chalkie, who is just like a puppy who does not come from a domesticated background. He was found on the streets. We have no idea what happened to his parents, but his mom might have gotten shot, so he was found with his sister. And they might have been Wadi or like stray dogs for like the whole lives, right? So like for generations. So he's not like a domesticated kind of dog. So for him, how would he know what is right or wrong, what he can chew and what he can't chew? So he loves to bring us shoes. He loves to bring steal socks, I guess, and then bring them around, whatever he can get. He also doesn't know he's not supposed to jump. By now he knows he's not supposed to jump up and get in the bin, but he didn't know, so he would just like entertain himself to have his day more fun. So I would rather have him fun with things I want him to have fun with rather than things he chooses to have fun with, because often him and I have not the same definition of like fun or what things are fun to chew. So for example, I love to give him just like boxes or entertain him with the snuffer mat, have him focused his energy levels on certain things that are okay either to destroy or like undestroyable, but then also have like my shoes intact and not have my shoes chewed or my whatever carpets chewed, etc., because this boy does chew whatever he can find. So I'd rather have him chew the things that I want him to chew. And so this is also like a great way to obviously redirect behavior. So if he has something that I don't want him to steal or to have, I can take it away, but I can offer him something instead that I want him to chew, or where I'm okay for him to use this to play. This also obviously teaches him, unlike your dog in this case, my dog, teaches him boundaries. It teaches him, what is not okay, but also like to let go of resources that he gathered, to not become like overly protective about resources or anything. And if you channel your dog's energy, or if you channel your dog's activity levels, if you channel your dog's behavior, like what they naturally enjoy doing, this can help you also to control what your dog does, to maybe even get a grip on potential behavioral issues before they might become a real problem, right? So basically to get you also to a point where you maybe not feel you can no longer deal with this anymore, but rather really use what your dog is offering, energy, activity, interest, and use this to maybe build your bond, or to help your dog to channel it into more productive ways. It's also been said that it can lower the level of your dog's anxiety or stress, if it's obviously not necessarily like high energy activities, but like like more low or moderate energy activities. So one thing, for example, is a licky mud, where the dog has to lick to get to the food or to the treat or whatever you put on it. So we love using this for Chalkie because he eats so fast. I got really like worried at the beginning because literally he inhaled his food. It was just gone within seconds. And it's like not the healthiest thing obviously for your dog. But yeah, so we bought some more slow feeders because we use them on a daily basis. So he only ever gets his food in a slow feeder, and even Rambo sometimes gets it because he just enjoys having his food in a slow feeder and be finished at the same time as Chalkie is. I have barely ever used them for Rambo at the beginning because he was a really bad eater, so we were lucky and glad if he just ate his food, so we didn't want to make it any more complicated. But with the Chalkie, it's obviously very different. And then we put it sometimes on a sniffer mat where he just has to lick it, and this increased his patience already so much. He enjoys doing this, but also he has learned to go back to it and to entertain himself with it. So yeah, and it's been said that, for example, licking mud is also like calming for your dog when they do lick the food off, or like the paste of whatever you put on it. Also, Chalkie, if I don't do this, sometimes likes to lick our walls and tries to eat our balls or like bite into them. So again, I would rather have him lick a licky mud, which is safe for us to use or for him to use, rather than eating my wall. Like, this is not something I enjoy. Another benefit from enrichment or canine enrichment is that your dog obviously also can learn different skills. So if you have, for example, like a game or you have a more complex enrichment where you maybe put a box in a box and then there's a treat like in these two boxes, your dog might not get it at the beginning. Or if you have a puzzle game where your dog has to slide certain pieces in order to get to the food, your dog might not know how to do it. But over time, if you teach a dog how to play these games, or what the benefit is of like spending time with something, they can learn to be more resilient. But also obviously it can increase their confidence because they learn how to solve problems. The problem in this case is to get to the food they want. So yeah, there's like different benefits to all of this. But for me, like the main factor is that it's a great way to have a great time with your dog, to have your dog feel happy, to feel at ease, to be tired. Because if you have a dog that is very active, has like high energy levels, as both of my dogs have or had. With Rambo, he's okay now. He's he's happy after walk. He calms down. He's settled. But at the beginning, it was really difficult to power him out. So, even after long walks and play sessions, he would want more. It's also sometimes difficult to calm them down. So obviously, this is a command which makes a lot of sense to train your dog to. But I feel like some dogs, especially when they're like very agile kind of dogs, which Chalkie is now, sometimes we have to watch where we can get him off leash due to his deafness and, you know, lack of recall, etc., and the bond that is not yet there. Find ways to make him tired enough that he wants to rest, that he you know, gets his rest, and that he's just happy and not necessarily just like wanting to run around. So for him, exercise and enrichment definitely is a big part of it, but also to get his mind tired, to, you know, just get him to a point where it's like, yes, I'm tired, I'm done, thank you, that was fun. Because just from his build, he's a sidehound dog. He's already, like, since we have him since 3 weeks, he has gained so many muscles already, so he's just like one of these super agile kind of dogs who are naturally quite high energy, but also like to have rest, and he's a super smart dog, so for him this really was a big game changer to really have daily enrichment in our lives. And yeah, Rambo enjoys it too. So we played games with Rambo before, but he didn't need them as much as Chalkie did, although it helped us a lot at the beginning to also keep his attention focused on something, because his attention span, Rambo's attention span, was so limited, because he was so distracted by everything, because he was not socialized. So socialization was like one of the big changes for us, game changers. And seeing how far Marlboro has come in the time we had him, yeah, it's just like the most rewarding thing. So yeah, if you can and want to make your life and your dog's life more relaxed, but also happier, richer, and more interesting, then you might want to give it a try. You might want to do your own reading up on it. You might want to check it out. There's even like a national, like an international enrichment kind of day. So we will post some more things about this. But yeah, please do let us know if you have any great games you would like to play, or any great enrichment ideas you would like to share with us, because we're always on the outlook for fun things to do. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next Monday. Thank you and take care. Bye bye.